Welcome, Sharada Devi here. We are in our Ritualize Your Life Challenge, day 14, step 14. I'm welcoming you all that are joining live today, and welcome to all those that are going to watch the recording. Today I'm in my bikini. It is very hot here in Portugal, in the Algarve, after many days of a lot of wind and a lot of freshness. Finally, the summer has really arrived and it's very hot, and I was at the beach. And as today is dedicated to hair, I thought, why not just come like this in the very raw form and invoking the sacred in the form of beauty, as hair is a symbol for sacred beauty. And so I'm excited for this live today. It's going to be a little bit different than the other ones, and I think we will all very much enjoy it. It will be very nurturing and bringing out the goddess, God, goddess in all of us, and honoring our hair. And those that are bold, well, then you can imagine imaginary hair. And then I invite you to take care of your scalp. Why not? Taking care of the scalp. It's so beautiful to take care of our head and our hair. So welcome everyone. So nice to see you all, feel you. Let's start with our two prayers that we have been chanting. The first one has been to Ganesha, my little snuggly elephant, the one that removes all obstacles, and to Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, of words. She has been in my life for so long and has blessed me so profoundly. I could not say a word without Saraswati Devi. So, if you want, please repeat after me. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Or chant together. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And two more times. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. To Saraswati. Aim Hrim Om Saraswatye Namaha. Aim Hrim Om Saraswatye Namaha. Aim Hrim Om Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So sweet to offer these prayers. And if you don't resonate with Sanskrit, you can say these prayers in your own language. I invoke that which removes all obstacle. I invoke that which blesses every undertaking. I invoke that which gives knowledge, that which removes ignorance. I invoke clarity. I invoke the truth. And there are so many ways to invoke the blessing of the truth. And what is most important is the spirit, your intention. The words don't matter so much, really. Like the universe will always feel your devotion, your sincere intention. And we've been gathering here for already 14 days. This is our 14th day, going live every day to ritualize our life. And it was so sweet. Today I was at the beach, and then one day we came, Sarah, and it was just so sweet. She came, I didn't meet her before, and she joined one of my play shops in the Being Gathering where I was just teaching a couple of weeks ago. And then she joined this Ritualize Your Life challenge, and she came up and said, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for these lives. And it touched me. And yeah, it's so beautiful to hear that these lives are blessing many. I've also received many beautiful messages, and I'm very grateful. Also myself, it blesses me profoundly. And it's like every time is like a new initiation when I chant the mantra, when I initiate into the mantra, it goes deeper. We're creating a deeper and deeper samskara, a deeper impression in our heart. And it is really the repetition that is going to neutralize the old patterns, because they are very deep, those old samskaras, the old impressions, the old actions that we have repeated over and over again. And so only the repetition, really, the abhyasa we call it in Sanskrit, is what is going to create a new impression, and then eventually this new samskara, this new action, this new karma will become a new samskara, a new habit. And so waking up in the morning, and she came to me, Sarah, and said, I've been chanting Anandoham every day, and it's been blessing me so profoundly. So I'm so happy to hear that, and I love to hear from you as well, how it lands, what's happening in you. There is also different, discomfort that suddenly can come, a certain resistance can also come. At different times we can feel very inspired and very motivated, and we see the depths and the profundity, and we have these incredible experiences. And in my experience also, having been with the Vedic tradition for 20 years, there is often these moments where it's okay, wow, something coming up from deep down of the unconscious, and it can feel heavy, it can feel dull, it can even feel sometimes like a depression, because we are stirring up so much. These mantras, they've been chanted for a long, long time, and so we're being initiated into these mantras, and every time we're initiated into a mantra or into these rituals, ritualizing every step of our life, we are plugging into this lineage, plugging into all those that have come before us and have also ritualized their life. So we're invoking a lot of grace, and that also brings up a lot. So discomfort, dullness, tiredness, lethargy, resistance, all of that can come up. If it hasn't come up yet, and you continue in this path, it will come up. And when it comes up, it's a good sign, because it can feel like it shouldn't be like that. It should always feel well and inspiring and magical. But the truth is, there is a time, at different times, when it does not feel so good. It feels uncomfortable. And those are the moments to really stay with it. Stay, be gentle with yourself, a lot of self-care. Sometimes all we got to do is lay down, do a rest ritual like we've done 2 days ago. You can listen to that. That was day 12. It was dedicated to rest. And then just be with the emotion. Be with the dullness, be with the heaviness, be with the tiredness. Offer non-resistance to whatever is happening in your heart, in your emotion. And we soon are coming to a very, very special prayer where we're going to learn. It's still going to take a few more days, but it's on day 21, where I will share with you a very special prayer that helps us profoundly to meet that discomfort, those moments when we feel like giving up. So stay tuned, day 21. That prayer has helped me in so many ways. So today, I don't know how your heart is feeling, how your body is, if there's tiredness, lethargy, everything is welcomed. And we're just going to give a lot of care and love to that. So Ulrika is saying, I am very triggered and challenged at the moment. I draw my fire line and boundaries very strong. Okay. Yes. Thank you for sharing and for daring to feel the triggers. It's uncomfortable, but that's where we burn through them. And Theo says, in the online session with Radhaji yesterday, I had a moment of pure clarity in meditation, really knowing what limitless refers to. I could find no end to myself. Each day remembering Anandoham. How beautiful. That's very special. Forever grateful for you. Thank you. Oh, Lucilla. So nice to see you all. Okay, so day 14. And continue please sharing with me your experiences, your questions. I will see them here. So day 14, step 14 is dedicated to the hair. Like, so I assume now the ones that are here have hair, but if you don't, let me know. And like I mentioned, if you don't have hair, then you can imagine your imaginary hair, and then we will take care of the skull, of our baldness. And so the hair is a symbol, is a symbol of wealth, of beauty. And as I grew up, and I think still until today, there's we spend a lot of money on hair products, don't we? Like, if I look at my mom, I think she tried every single hair product, every new hair product that would come out that promises thicker hair, more shiny hair, longer hair. Like, she would buy it. And I also see it around me in my circle. Like, there's a lot of money that we spend on hair products. And so it's important how our hair looks, isn't it? I know some people, we spend a lot of hours in front of the mirror and washing the hair every day, combing the hair every day, and maybe even putting all kinds of different products into the hair. And so let's just take a moment and see how is our relationship to our hair. And it requires some honesty here. It's not always comfortable. And so we can see, is there like a carelessness? I don't care for my hair at all. Or is there maybe an obsession towards my hair? And I am one of those that spends a lot of money on hair products. And so everything, like, there's no judgment. I have done it also. I still sometimes also get caught in this. And what is it really underneath that we are seeking when we are taking care of our hair, or when we are not taking care of our hair? So the ones that are not caring for their hair, could it be that I'm like rejecting myself a little bit? Could I be that I'm not fully in touch with my self-image, and there's some disharmony there? Like, not caring for the body. It could now be the hair or any other part. Like, why am I not caring for my hair? What is the reason? Maybe I think it's not important, it's not necessary. And if that is really true to you, then own that. Like, maybe it is really not important to you, then completely own that. But what I also see often is that we don't care, but then what happens, we do still envy a little bit others that have beautiful hair, or any other aspect of their body. We are a little bit envious or even jealous. And what happens is then I start to compare myself. So if anything of that is there, I invite you to breathe into that. Maybe even place the hand on your heart and support your heart and support the emotion that come up due to this hair inquiry. And maybe even some memories come up from childhood, or movies we've seen, advertisement we've seen, like all the Pantene advertisements we've seen, like how important it is to have this long, thick hair, and how we identify with our hair. And if there is some pain or self-judgment there, let's welcome that together, because we all know exactly how it feels. And it could also be the opposite, right? Where I'm not careless. Maybe some of us are almost obsessed with our hair. We don't go out of the house ever if my hair is not combed. I feel terrible if I don't wash my hair every day. I make a judgment upon myself based on how my hair looks. Maybe I'm constantly arranging my hair and giving so much attention to my hair, but it doesn't come from a place of care, a place of awe. It comes from a place of, I need to look perfect in order to be accepted, in order to be loved by others, because it's so important how I look, it's so important how my hair is. If that's the truth for you, I invite you also to feel that, to give space to that part of you that has this idea, this belief, and especially this strong identification with your hair. And then also inquire, where does that come from? Like, where have you learned, where have you seen that it's so important to always have the perfect hair? And is that even possible? Like, what is the perfect hair? And how would it be to just let your hair be loose, and actually, instead of rejecting it or being obsessed or over-obsessed about it, to actually just care for it? To simply care for it, and then we invoke the sacred in our hair. And so you can say, I invoke the sacred in my hair. I invoke the goddess in my hair. And just see how that feels in your body. Right? And if you don't have hair, you can invoke the sacred in your baldness. Because for some people that are bald or are losing their hair, like, that is also very uncomfortable. I have a friend who lost all her hair. And so then we come into relationship with the baldness, with the absence of our hair and the skull. I invoke the sacred, the goddess, the god, the goddess in my hair. And maybe you want to say your own prayer, that you want to establish a healthy relationship with your hair. And so instead of rejecting it, instead of being over-obsessed about it, simply coming into a loving relationship with your hair. And so if you feel like it, you can start to take a moment, bring your hands together, fill your hands with love. And then if you're ready, and you want, you can bring your hands to your hair and start to, or your skull. If you don't have hair, you can bring your hands on your skull and begin to massage your skull. We can actually all do that. We can all start with the skull and start to massage the skull. And inhale into the sensation and exhale. Releasing tension, releasing these judgments that we have around our hair, maybe the pressure. Inhaling. And there are many reasons for hair loss. There are many reasons for dryness of hair. There are many reasons for losing the shininess of the hair, and has a lot to do with my self-image, with my nutrition, with my sleep. Like, all of this affects my hair actually. If I have a lot of stress, it affects my hair. It can even affect my hair growth. If I have a lot of anger, actually, if I have a lot of fire, a lot of pressure, it can affect my hair. So giving a daily head massage activates the circulation, is stress releases stress, soothes my whole nervous system, and strengthen also my roots. And then maybe you want to pull a little bit on the hair. You can pull the hair up and take a minute pulling it, and then you have a natural face lifting. And just feel the pulling of your hair, breathing into it. Exhaling with the sound. Inhaling again. Exhaling. And one more time. Inhaling. Notice what happens to your face, to your forehead, to your neck, and then slowly start to release. This is like a yin practice, a yin yoga for your hair, for your head, your face. And then you can go to another place, maybe at the back of your head, and start to pull, inhaling, exhaling with the sound. And again, do it 2 more times on your own timing. Slowly releasing. Just notice the immediate effect of the hair pulling. And then start to caress with your fingers, with love, with care, through your hair. And just feel the softness of your hair. It's very intimate, it's very sensual. And also to do that to a partner is so beautiful. That's how my partner actually met me the first time. Asking me, can I calm your hair? It's so intimate. Right? And so I invited to establish this intimacy with yourself so that you can also then be deeply intimate with other being in a safe way. And just see what comes up. And as you see, welcome it. Invite it to feel what comes up as a result of caressing through your hair. Maybe there's the part that wants to reject and says, this is not important, what are we doing here, this is nonsense, welcome that. And question, is that really your belief, or did you pick that up somewhere? Or maybe the part comes up that is so self-conscious about the hair, the part that has strongly identified with the hair, the short hair, the long hair, the thin hair, the broken hair, the dry hair, the curly hair. Right? The ones that have curly hair, they want to have straight hair. The ones that have straight hair want to have curly hair. And so can I accept, welcome, and love my hair exactly as it is? And this is one key ingredient for healthy hair, to actually love your hair. Give it love. Send it love. And so you can continue caressing and feeling. And I'm also going to share the mantra now that goes along here. So the goddess Lalita. Lalita is the goddess of sacred beauty. I have a very deep relationship with Lalita. She really has helped me to heal my relationship with my body, my pleasure. She has initiated me into sacred sexuality. One of my favorite topics in the world, apart from the limitless self. And she is the goddess of Tripura Sundari. Sundari means the most beautiful one. And Tripura means of the 3 worlds, basically of all worlds. So she's the most attractive one, or he or they, like the gods, goddesses, they are all gender and genderless. So she, he, they, she here now, Lalita, she is the goddess of sacred play, the goddess, the being that is most beautiful. And what makes her most beautiful? What makes them most beautiful? What do you think it is? What makes one most beautiful? How does she get the title of being the most beautiful of all the worlds? Because she accepts herself. Because he accepts himself. Because they accept themselves. That is the definition of sacred beauty. Self-acceptance. Om Shri. Om Shri. Lalitaye. Lalitaye. Namaha. Namaha. Om Shri. Om Shri. Lalitaye. Lalitaye. Namaha. Namaha. And so as we chant, this is a little bit unusual. This is very more tantric, more Devi style. In traditional setup, we wouldn't initiate a mantra and comb our hair, but we are doing that now because we're Shaktis. We can, like, there's nothing bad about that. We're honoring the sacred in the form of our hair. So it serves as a purpose. It is like a samskara. It is a rite of passage. It's a ritual that we're doing here, and we're chanting, invoking the sacred in our hair, and really like taking time to be with the hair, and like each and every hair, like how long did it take for this hair to grow? I mean, for me, I have long hair, so quite a long time, right? And if we study hair, it's incredible, the study of hair, really, and how they're holding here at the base in my skull, and the roots, how it's underneath and how it grows. Like my friend who lost all her hair, she studied hair very deeply and the growth of hair, and it's fascinating. She shared a lot with me. And like the more we know about something, the more reverence we have for it, the less we can judge it. And so our purpose of ritualizing our life is to get out of all the judgments. So just with love and care and awe of your hair, you can calm your hair, caress your hair, send love to your hair. This is the sacred in the form of hair. Om Shri Lalitaye Namaha. And enjoy it. Om Shri Lalitaye Namaha. Om Shri Lalitaye Namaha. Maybe again you want to pull at different times, like feel the different ways that you can touch and caress and how it makes you feel, what it brings out. Om Shri Lalitaye Namaha. 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 And 3 more times. Om Shri Lalitaye Namaha. Om Shri Lalitaye Namaha. Om Shri Lalitaye Namaha. I invite you to hold your hair. Maybe feel the hair, hold the hair. Thank you, hair. Thank you, Goddess, God, sacred being, in the form of my hair. And maybe there's something you want to say to your hair. Or maybe there's something you want to say to Lalita, to the Goddess of sacred beauty. Maybe you feel really well with your hair. And maybe there's another part that you don't feel so well with. Maybe your arms or belly. Like, we have so many judgments around our bodies. And so let's take a moment and tell Lalita maybe a pain or a hurt, a belief that you have around your hair or any other body part, and that you would like to neutralize it. You would like to learn and see the sacred in this hair or in this body part, so that you can also accept yourself just like Lalita does. My wish for all of us, for every being, is that we can neutralize this belief that we are not wanted. Like, at the core of our being, we are that which is most wanted. Like, our being is most wanted, but there is a belief in all of us that we are not wanted the way we are. We have to look a certain way, be a certain way, behave a certain way, say certain things, know certain things, have certain things in order to be wanted. And this is so painful. Please teach me, what is the truth of my being? Teach me how I am wanted. Show me how to desire myself and to stand by my side through whatever experience I'm having or I will have. May I learn to love myself in and through every single moment. I can love myself in and through every single moment. If any part of you is hurt, you need not reject yourself in that moment. All you need in that moment is love. And you can give it to yourself. Just ask, what do you need? Tell me, what do you need? How can I help you? And then listen, that part will tell you what it needs. And see how you can fulfill that wish, that desire, that need. There's so many ways to fulfill that need. And then do it. Om. This is the mudra. Brush your hair with love and care in short form. So we're going to conclude here. This was step number 14 of our Ritualize Your Life challenge. How does it feel to take care of your hair in this way? Oh, I see here some comments. Kate says, I'm feeling so much unwanted, so much resistance and doubt coming up. And I think it's also related to visiting my family. Yes, the family always brings up all these doubts and resistance because they have so many judgments about themselves. And the family then has those judgments upon like their children. And so they're all there in our families, and it's painful. But you came here to meet that pain and learn to love yourself through it. They have no understanding whatsoever of what it means to be Vaidika. Yeah, exactly. Right? And that's the compassion, that's the Kshanti, the understanding that they really have no idea of what it means to be a Vaidika means a universal citizen. Right? A being that, a universal citizen is like, it's a being that sees the whole world as its family, that doesn't see any separation, and they don't have any knowledge of that. What they see is only separation. What they see is that they are inadequate, not good enough, not beautiful enough, not have enough. Like that's that belief they have, and so then they're acting and playing that out and have that agenda for you. And so it's very important to know how much you can engage. Like often we have this sense of responsibility. Now I need to be with my family. We have even maybe this belief, I need to save my family, I need to make them see. But for most cases it's not like that. We are not teachers for our family. There are always exceptions to the rules, but what I have seen in most cases, we are not. We are here to love them. We're here to love them. That's it. And to pray for them. We can always pray for them. And to keep sacred borders when needed. You know how much you can give, how much time you can spend. And that we all have a threshold. We all have a quota. I have a certain amount of time I can spend. And then I reach my threshold. And then I go. And then you meet the guilt, right? Guilt comes with that. Like, oh, why can I not meet them more? Why can I not do this? I should be. You got to meet all of that, right? So I find myself looking at myself through their eyes in anticipation, yes, and thinking how weird, unusual my practices are. Yeah, thank you for being so raw and honest about that. Because like we all have looked at ourselves through the eyes of our family and parents. And that's why we don't accept ourselves, because we look through their eyes. And now we're starting to look through different eyes, the eyes of the Veda. But in my heart of hearts, I know the Veda is my home. It is just hard being the oddball sometimes, yes. And that's why we have each other, because we're oddballs together. Right, we're oddballs together. Erin, so grateful for sacred mirrors here, for teachings, remindings, remembering. Feels so true, feels luxurious. Yes, it's very luxurious to take care of our hair. And then you can incorporate that now as a daily ritual. It doesn't have to be that long, right? It's just, even if it's just a few minutes, instead of just like combing the hair quickly, right? And then going out. No, I take a moment to really ritualize my hair brushing. Barlian says, it feels so wonderful to love my hair as it is and invoke the goddess in my hair. First session with you. Thank you. Lovely. Oh, that's so nice. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Ulrika, love this hair inquiry. Have gray hair, but cover it. But that's okay too. Absolutely. Right? So many people cover their gray hair, right? Because we feel ashamed of old age. Like the gray hair is a symbol for old age. And we look at old age as a disease. And that's also something that we get to look at. Is it really a disease? Is that really our perception? No, old age is beauty, is wisdom, is experience, is Vardha, is the wise one, right? It's so beautiful. But then we have these judgments around it. And there's nothing wrong with covering it, of course, right? If it brings up too much, we have henna, we have all these beautiful natural products also to cover it. But it's beautiful, and it's important to spend a little bit of time with this when we are on this journey of self-knowledge, self-discovery, self-love. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, morning, day, wherever you are. For some, woke up very sweetly early again. Theo. Wishing you a wonderful moment with your hair. Continue ritualizing your life, practicing Om Shri Lalitaye Namaha. And then, if we wake up tomorrow, we go into step number 15. Om. Much love.